The American Civil War. The American Civil War, a defining conflict in United States history, raged from 1861 to 1865. This war, marked by its intensity, the clash of ideologies, and its profound impact, remains one of the most significant events in American history. The American Civil War was fought between the northern states, known as the Union, and the southern states that seceded to form the Confederacy. The conflict was primarily driven by deep-seated economic, social, and political differences between the North and South. The war involved large-scale battles, sieges, and significant military campaigns. Key battles included the Battle of Gettysburg, the Siege of Vicksburg, and the Battle of Antietam, each shaping the course of the conflict. The causes of the American Civil War were complex and multifaceted, rooted in fundamental disagreements over slavery, states' rights, and economic policies. The southern states, reliant on an agrarian economy supported by slavery, sought to preserve their way of life against northern efforts to limit the expansion of slavery. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860, a candidate opposed to the expansion of slavery, was the final straw for many southern states. Fearing the loss of their economic and political power, 11 southern states seceded from the Union, forming the Confederate States of America. The warlords and leaders. The American Civil War featured prominent leaders whose decisions and actions shaped the war's outcome. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln's leadership was pivotal in preserving the Union and abolishing slavery. Jefferson Davis, the President of the Confederate States. Davis struggled to unify the southern states and sustain the war effort. General Robert E. Lee, the Confederate general known for his tactical brilliance. Lee led the Army of Northern Virginia in many key battles. General Ulysses S. Grant, the Union general, whose relentless strategy and military acumen ultimately led to the defeat of the Confederacy and his rise to the presidency. These leaders, along with countless soldiers and civilians, played crucial roles in the drama and tragedy of the Civil War. The end of the war. The American Civil War began to draw to a close in 1865, after a series of decisive Union victories, including the fall of Atlanta and the capture of Richmond, the Confederate capital. General Robert E. Lee surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9, 1865. This surrender marked the end of the Confederacy's hopes for independence. The war officially ended with the remaining Confederate forces laying down their arms, leading to the reunification of the United States. The end of the Civil War was driven by several key factors. Military superiority, the Union's larger population, greater industrial capacity, a more extensive railway network provided critical advantages. Strategic leadership. Union generals like Grant and Sherman executed effective military strategies that wore down Confederate resistance. Economic strain. The prolonged conflict devastated the Southern economy, depleting resources and weakening the Confederacy's ability to sustain the war. Moral and political resolve. Lincoln's commitment to preserving the Union and abolishing slavery galvanized Northern support, even in the face of heavy casualties and war weariness. These factors, combined with the sheer tenacity of the Union forces, led to the eventual defeat of the Confederacy and the preservation of the United States. Key battles and campaigns defined the Civil War. Battle of Gettysburg, 1863, a turning point in the war. This Union victory halted Lee's invasion of the North. Siege of Vicksburg, 1863. Grant's successful siege divided the Confederacy and gave the Union control of the Mississippi River. Sherman's March to the Sea, 1864. General Sherman's campaign of total war aimed to cripple the South's war-making capacity and morale. The American Civil War's impact was profound and far-reaching. Abolition of slavery. The war led to the emancipation of millions of enslaved people and the passage of the 13th Amendment. Reconstruction. The post-war period saw efforts to rebuild the South and integrate formerly enslaved people into American society. Though it faced significant challenges and resistance. National identity. The war strengthened the United States' national identity and set the stage for its emergence as a global power. The legacy of the Civil War continues to influence American society, politics, and culture, serving as a reminder of the nation's capacity for both division and reconciliation. The American Civil War, with its epic battles, influential leaders, and profound consequences, remains a pivotal chapter in American history. It reminds us of the enduring struggles for freedom, equality, and national unity.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the American Civil War. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories from the past that continue to shape our world today.